did we decide to do just before?
You said adventure, and you were going to give them the details.
Yeah.
But
you decided everything actually.
And
This was not a we.
The seagulls started flying at us.
that was just like a hot cut. We're going to be past the seagulls when we come back.
Oh. I thought we were going to have combat with the
No,
seagulls.
Carl is just going to be like, there were so many seagulls. There were so many seagulls.
And then he ate all of them, right?
That would be
They were
Gabrielle.
delicious.
Yeah, isn't that what you said?
What?
Wait, you said? Did you say Gabby or Carl?
Carl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There were so many seagulls. There were so many seagulls. Their beaks, whatever.
As you said before, moin?
Mine.
Okay.
Mine.
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 Mine?
Welcome back, everyone, to Dansu and Dragons. I'm your host, Mike Rovner, and with us always to play this wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons are our casts, starting with the gnomish bard who never tries too hard, but is something.
Lard.
I got nothing. Laura is playing Gita Jewelsoul.
Yay! I
Thanks,
tried.
I guess.
I just completely dropped the ball with that, and I can cop to that.
Yard,
next-
Sard. I don't know.
Up next is the halfling ranger, who to death is no stranger, Aembron.
Wait, what?
You kill stuff.
Oh, that's okay.
But I need explaining, so that also wasn't good.
But shit, okay.
All right, you got one more chance, Mike. Let's go.
You can't use the one you've been using this whole time.
Ooh, hard mode.
Here to make someone's heart hurt, as she uses necromancy to flirt, is Erica as Eris Briarwood.
Yay!
We're so proud of you.
That's
Did
great.
it.
Don't cry.
I feel proud.
Should.
Good.
Thanks,
was a good
Mr.
one.
Rovner.
He doesn't even have the sweater on.
I'm wearing a
sorry.
casual t-shirt
Yeah, you're
with
trying to be
Mr.
the
Happy on it.
cool teacher.
Oh God, I can never escape this now, can I? It's going to haunt me.
To be fair, we're kind of at that age now where we would be like the teacher trying too hard to be cool.
Ew.
Yeah. If there was space, I would turn this chair around right now and sit backwards and try to rap with you young kids. I'll just show myself out on this. Ugh.
The kids like the dab now, don't they?
Dab
Doing
on the
dab.
meters.
Oh God. Hello, fellow kids. While you're sitting down playing with your Fortnites
Oh my god.
and your
Can't do
box
both of them.
stations.
Can't do the box station.
But here's the thing: anyone who's our age grew up with an Xbox and the PlayStation.
So
We
you were
know what
trying
they're
to
called.
Say Xbox?
Yeah, I was trying to like someone disconnected, trying to say something about a game
The
console.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Playing
Nintendo.
They're all
Small
Nintendo.
Nintendos.
El Nintendo.
I do.
So, when last we left our triple party of adventurers, they were doing espionage and meeting during fancy dinner dates, in which Eris Briarwood was meeting with the Marquise Bellfire, who will hopefully not appear in any more episodes for at least like 5 or 6 at the going rate.
You cut yourself into that. We did nothing.
That means you don't see patience again.
Yeah.
My friend.
But in the meeting, to finish a transaction that the Marquise and Eris had set up, in which he got some cool stuff from Eris, and Eris got a cool evil knife from him.
Heck yeah, evil knife.
Expensive evil knife.
Picture of it right here.
Here's a
In your
question.
hands.
Did you spend time trying to attune to the knife?
Sure did.
Well, we will get to that later.
We haven't left the restaurant.
No, but you had a whole day before the restaurant.
This is true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure, at some point I did that.
Wonderful. So, basically, the Marquise entreated Eris to recover the sword, a sword from antiquity, at least from an undisturbed tomb that is definitely more than 800 years old, beneath the City of Light in the neighboring country of Shalaria. In a tomb belonging to a general who worked for the necromancer that founded the initial city in the distant past, in the bone-filled catacombs beneath the city, like France. It's very much like Paris, France.
It just seems to be like all of France.
Bones.
All of France has bones.
Well, really everywhere has bones in different ways.
Because there are always pregnant people, the average number of skeletons in one person is more than one.
Do you like that, Erica?
I do. Little army of baby bones.
Oh,
Creepy.
Baby skeletons with their giant heads.
Yes. Terrifying.
Better than
Waddle,
zombies.
waddle, waddle.
there's apparently a lot of places in New York City that are built on catacombs or just like graveyards.
Oh yeah, like
I didn't know
all
that.
all the parks on intersections along Broadway,
Yeah.
graveyards.
Yep.
Lovely.
So you're always walking over dead people. If you're my sister and you're watching this, ignore that and pretend I didn't say it.
Yeah, they've all been dug up and shit. Just dumped elsewhere.
Potter's Fields.
Who cares about them? They're already dead.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Moving right along. As the party was going over what exactly had happened and what Eris had committed the party to, they were beset by seagulls after Eris offered her familiar, the crow Carl, a piece of garlic bread. We rejoined the party a few minutes after this scene as Carl is hiding behind someone's shoulder, rocking back and forth because of so many seagulls. There are possibly some severed, burning, or scared off seagulls elsewhere.
Jesus.
And Gabrielle, the large owl who was a longtime friend of Aembron, crunches
boy.
something in their beak.
Oh, I get it. I can't reach.
Is that like when there's a spider on your ceiling and you pick up your cat?
It is part of a seagull that Gabrielle helped save the party from.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's gross.
It's fine. That's just what he wants.
You can keep that. Have that, buddy. I'm gonna sneeze again. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Go for it.
The four of you, plus the three of you, plus Fibblestib and Gabby, are out in front of the restaurant as Eris has just dropped the bomb that she may have committed the party to adventure.
What?
But the details, escape, are yet forthcoming. And Fibblestib is being uncharacteristically quiet through the whole thing.
What do you mean, adventurer? We have enough stuff to do.
It's on the way.
To what?
Where we were going,
Where were we going? Please.
to a place in that direction.
You're gonna need to be a little bit more specific. Please.
What was in that city other than that quest?
That
I
would
forgot.
be
That spire thing.
the
thought
City
that
of
was-
Light
yeah.
is also where the guard absconded to after they retired, who Gita had given the receipt to.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go get that receipt for you.
No, that's not why we're going.
Somehow I don't think this is about me.
Well,
What did you do?
this weapon that we need to fight evil and dead things, that's super important that we should have.
Why
well,
do you
we
want
needed
that?
it.
Why do you want that?
Because the Marquise wants her to get it to finish off the
Well,
payment for the
I
thing
mean-
he gave her.
Thank you, Carl.
That was Fibblestib.
Oh.
Thank you, Fibblestib. Wait, what? What? What?
I was paying attention.
Rude?
I was listen. It was far away. I locked in and I was able to listen to it.
Still rude.
Well, that dead thing that did stuff to Bjorn is out there, and we need protection. So I got it. I went above and beyond. Oh my god. To protect us, because I didn't see anyone else doing anything. So here we are. We have a nice weapon that we can use against the dead thing. And I gave.
Bullshit.
Oh, you okay? That was an interesting.
You know, since we're already out and going in that direction, that's not a big deal.
I mean, we weren't.
Yeah, we are. You gotta get your receipt, right? The spire is there.
I look at Fibblestick.
I forget. Did you tell Fibblestib about the receipt?
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Because we were talking about Dad afterwards.
Still getting things sorted out, but the good news is nothing has been withdrawn from the bank as of yet.
I guess that means we should go look it up. Well,
And you want to find out about elves, don't you? We gotta go there. We're gonna end
The
up
elves are in the
there
other
anyway.
direction.
Yep.
Well, shit.
They're in the Elver direction.
If you will pull up the map, the wood elves are in the high forest of illusions,
yeah, that's the other direction.
and the spire you want to check out that has the demiplane city on it should be northeast or northwest of
Theory's hold.
north.
Yeah,
Yeah, off the map over there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And
closer to the
Shalaria
light
is
is
more
down here.
straight west.
Yeah. It's like north.
The town of Theory's Hold
yeah.
sits on the material
Right.
plane where the
gotta go
spire
over there.
is on the Feywild.
It's on the way to everything we want.
What's the. What's Shalaria again?
Shalaria is
is
the
the
country
country.
to the west of Gate,
Okay,
where the
what's-
City of Light is the capital.
What's at the Arcanium of Brilliance?
Yeah, that's where the Arcania of Brilliance is located. It's in the center of the city.
But what is it?
It's
It's an Arcadium.
an Arcanium.
It's
It
a
is
Brilliance
school-
Arcadium.
Why
is
did
a-
I
it's
write
like-
it down? What's there?
Oh, because it's one of the other. The Arcaniums were schools built during the spread of the Dragon's Eye Empire.
Okay.
by
Yeah,
the-
there are a couple.
They're
on the
like
map already.
combination they're combination scholarly universities and wizard academies.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. So why did we write this down? What's relevant there that we know about this place?
That an Arcanium is a place to do research about things.
I think it was just
Okay.
world building.
Okay.
Also that.
Like we have a couple over here, and since we mentioned this place, hey, there's an Arcanium
Okay,
there.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
They dot a lot of the landscape where the Dragon's Eye Empire set up shop.
All right. Well,
Though I would like to note if we're going to do a bit of world building. There was an Arcanium in the city of Dragon's Eye on the Peninsula of Storied Might, at the heart of the Empire. But in the Cataclysm 500 years ago, it fell.
is that the ruin?
It's in the ruins of
Dragon's
Old Dragon's Eye, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's still a populated city, but like parts of the city are still old ruins.
Okay.
Like Rome before a lot of reconstruction.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, we got
I don't know what's
Swiftblade.
affecting you. I'm so sorry.
it's nobody's fault.
Okay.
It might also just be a random allergy attack for absolutely no reason at all.
Okay.
But I'm not dying. I can breathe. You know, it's
Okay.
just a little annoying congestion.
Understood.
Do we already know everything there is to know about the sword?
Which sword?
The sword that you're going to pick
Emerald
up?
sword?
Oh, Embron's sword?
Yeah.
You mean the
Oh,
one that I
the
have?
rapier.
Yeah.
You know that it is an elven moonblade,
Wait.
and that
notes.
only an elf can draw out its magic properties.
Okay. Can we?
Carries sentience, glows softly blue when the blade feels happy. That means orcs are nearby.
You know all you can know without being able to activate its magical properties.
Okay. Would somebody else, maybe in the Arcanium in the City of Light?
Somebody elf?
Ha ha ha. That's a good one.
Potentially.
I know.
There could be someone. It is the Arcanium in a very big city that is the capital of a nation and a major trade hub in that region.
Is it dangerous to show anybody this sword because it's an elven sword?
Depends on the circumstance. It could be.
Okay, so I'll be careful with it. Never mind then.
Just go waving it around like, hey! Anybody want to help us with this thing?
I got some elf shit.
But which of you rolled the big history check on Mortier DuPont last
I did.
session? Okay.
I
One thi-
would.
One thing I would like to remind you that you know about Casimir, who worked for Mortier DuPont, is that he was not. He died, and you know this from your history check, that Casimir, the general of DuPont, died 30 years before DuPont was defeated, and served him in that time. He was not defeated or slain in the end. He was just entombed.
Oh, no. So it's common knowledge that he's probably undead.
Casimir was Casimir was an undead of some kind,
Yeah.
though the type is lost to history.
Oh, good. That's
Ooh,
gonna be
we
fun.
gon' find out.
Great.
We have
And
to
you
do
are contracted now to retrieve the sword of Casimir.
God Adventure.
Adventure. Miss me.
And so the four of you are just standing there outside the restaurant.
So.
I'm chilly.
Well, we had chicky fingies. I thought you had surf and turf. Yeah.
I did.
Not chilly.
Ha ha. Thank you. Dad joke. I love it.
So you can retire back to the apothecaries and plan your next move from there.
I guess we have to.
Yeah.
You're still waiting for Corvus to return at some point in the future from venturing off with his friend Kian of Y to retrieve for you a letter of introduction to bring with you into the high forest of illusion to speak with the isolationist wood elves there and return to them the sword, potentially.
I guess we should just entreat the apothecary to hold on to the letter for us. Because she's met Corvus, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
met Corvus.
Yeah.
Diving competition.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That was a good time. I think we should talk to the apothecary about that
Okay.
and then plan.
She
trip
will
that we
certainly
can't
and
avoid.
readily, considering how much you guys have paid already for your boarding and the work you've done around her shop for her, she would certainly be happy to hold any mail coming in for you.
Okay.
And she says so in her boisterous, happy, and cheerful manner and hopes everything's going well.
Well
It's going
enough.
something.
It's going.
And to all this, Fiddlestib does inquire, so when do the three of you think you're heading out? If you're going to Shalaria.
I mean,
Oh, you may.
you were the one. It's
whenever.
your trip.
Yeah.
Whenever we're ready, basically. Hopefully soon. Do we have anything we need to do to prepare
I don't
for
think
this
so.
trip? Since it seems like it'll be a long one.
I don't think so.
We all got stuff to buy.
We should just go.
Fuck it, let's get this shit over with.
Yeah, I don't need to buy anything. I'm good. I mean, I guess we're good to leave the next day at like, I don't know, noon or something.
Oh, safe trip. I'm already paid up here to lodge for the week. Fiddlestib notes. When you get back, Eris, would you like to maybe grab a lunch or dinner of some kind?
That would be nice.
We're standing right here.
I'm standing right here.
I know. It's so rude.
I would, of course, love to continue to have out with you as friends and my dear sister.
Oh no, we don't need your pity asking.
Let me rephrase that. This is
Wait, you don't really say that, do
No.
you? Okay.
Fiddlestib's size, squares his gnome shoulders, and seems to stand a foot taller than his height otherwise casts. He then turns back to you, Eris, and says, I ask this not as a simple social call, but as a date.
Ew. I don't say that. I just feel it in my soul.
I would love to.
And I think I could show you a far nicer time than the Marquise Spellfire.
I'll bet you could.
Whoa,
I think that. I don't say that out loud.
Oh, are you okay?
That was the space eater.
Yeah. I accidentally kicked it himself.
You were so excited that you actually accidentally kicked the
Yeah.
space eater.
Well, then I
Well.
won't keep you. I'm going to retire. The three of you have a safe journey tomorrow, and I'll see you all when you return. And he scurries over to his lodgings in the
Scurry,
apothecary.
scurry.
I don't want him to go up there alone.
Up what? Are you going to just rush after him?
Yes!
Well, that just happened, and then
felt
just
bad.
darting past you, Eris runs after Fiddlestib.
Let's end it at that. Let's not go into that.
This is
Do
a
you-
cartoon.
I'm going to ask, do you want this to be a thing where something fade to black happens?
Sure.
Not
that. Not that
Let me just
kind of-
rephrase. Do you want this to go sweet like the stargazing thing? Or do you want this to go in a way that he has promised Gita he would not do toward you?
Wow.
Odds or evens.
That is on you.
Shoot. Oh. Do I want to defile your brother?
No! Oh my god! He promised me!
Promises makes people.
No, he's real sweet. Okay.
How-
Okay.
Maybe
Let's go
you...
sit on the roof or something.
Okay.
Okay. You're able to do that and do new stargazing on more familiar skies that are unfamiliar to him, considering he's from the Feywild.
Oh, role reversal. Now you get
All
to see
right.
him.
And we can say this can be a nice, long, drawn-out scene of conversation and the stars. And he doesn't bring up the Marquise again, though there's definitely attention to him as he speaks with you about it.
Okay.
Like, you definitely get the impression that he may have been sparked to jealousy by listening in on your
Yeah,
on your
you think a
conversation.
little?
God, I thought it would help, but it made it worse.
Rising up to the challenge of arrival.
No. How dare you? Oh.
No, it shut off before. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
When it detects ambient heat around it at its temperature
Yeah.
level,
Okay.
the thermostat kicks.
Okay, okay,
Alright.
that's fair.
Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
Pan up to the sky.
Okay.
Up to the
Hand up to the sky, and Gabrielle flies by.
Yeah, I was gonna say some birds fly by in the distance.
The next morning, you're able to hitch Gabrielle back up to the
The cargo kite.
to the cart,
Oh, to the cart.
the kite cart,
Oh, okay.
and you have to just adjust the barding because
Yeah.
Yeah. You're bigger now.
Someone,
Yay.
someone, give me a hand.
the apothecary gives you a boost,
Yay!
and you're able to. And you think you'll be able to sit on the saddle of the barding if you so chose.
You can see everything from up here. Wow. Yeah, it's cool.
Indeed.
And at your
Cool.
earliest convenience, you are able to take off toward Shalaria.
Yep.
Westward ho.
All right.
westward ho.
And
Yeah.
so who's so Aembron, you're gonna ride on the saddle.
Yeah!
I was waiting for someone to make the Neverending Story reference. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I grant you a point of inspiration. A point of inspiration is a mechanic of 5th edition where the DM can award or certain magical effects can grant it. It is not like Bardic inspiration, it is a different effect. And you mark that inspiration on the top of your character sheet.
Oh, shit.
And
snap.
when you want to, you can proc that inspiration for a reroll.
Nice.
Huh.
Or is it granting advantage on a single roll? Usually it turns out as a reroll, but you can proc that inspiration to get advantage on a roll.
Okay.
Cool.
Like one per day?
Oh, you just spend it.
Just one.
Oh,
It's
just
a
one.
Benny.
Okay.
Thank you.
Never-ending Story
Oh.
is a great series of cool movies. Never-ending Story.
When I lost my first horse in Breath of the Wild,
Oh no.
he fell in a mud puddle, and I was screaming out, "Artex!" It's okay, I saved him.
Good.
Bless you.
Yeah,
Bless you.
yeah.
Good God.
By that I mean I just reloaded to save. I was like, no, we're not
If
ending
only
like
they could've
this.
done
So
that in
many
the
kids were
movie.
traumatized by the death part. He died because he was so sad.
What the fuck?
And the swamp ate him for his sadness.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you never? No.
Wait, what?
Marathon time.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Wait, that you never seen it at all?
Oh my god.
It's very traumatizing. I think
It's
I would probably be really
horrible.
scared even as an adult. It's
Yeah.
I say this.
It's great.
Weird.
It's great.
It's great. At the same time, I can't tell which one I like better, one or two. They're
It's
both
like-
really great.
It's like it gives you a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Kimochiwarui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, you should watch it.
you're soaring in the sky.
Watch Neverending Story if you haven't already. Don't stop this for that.
What?
Watch it after we're done.
Yeah, but
No,
definitely
wait.
watch Neverending
it's
Story.
Neverending.
Ah.
What were we
Good.
talking about?
Wait, I have a
We're
question.
hitching up the cargo kite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were there stats for this spooky dagger?
Yeah, we're gonna go over that right now. It
okay.
requires attunement.
But doesn't
Five?
that mean I can only be attuned to one thing?
No, you can only every adventurer has 3 attunement slots for magic
Oh.
items. Now, because of the special crafting rules I gave you for your specifically crafted undead, you can use your attunement slot to attune to an undead you have created, and thus have control over it. But you have 3 attunement slots, and one of them is currently held by Ladyfingers. This dagger and you're gonna write this down. I'm gonna say it's a good idea to write this down. Spooky dagger requires attunement by spellcaster, acts as arcane focus, and has 3 charges. that refresh every day at sundown. Normally, magic items that have recharges like this recharge at dawn, but this dagger is spooky. You can spend 1 charge per level of the spell being affected to either grant yourself advantage on a spell attack roll or cause a creature to roll a saving throw against a spell disadvantage.
Wait,
So-
say that last one more time. Spend 1 charge per spell level for.
Spend 1 charge per spell level to either of the spell being cast if the spell requires a spell attack roll to grant
attack roll.
advantage on the attack roll, or spend 1 charge per spell level to cause the target of a spell to have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Can it make something that didn't have like a saving throw
Well,
have a saving throw?
basically, like if you want to, if you cast a first level spell at someone that requires you to make an attack roll, you can spend 1 charge to get advantage on that attack roll.
Yeah.
If you're doing a second level spell, you need to spend 2 charges.
Okay.
A third level spell, you need to use 3.
Okay.
If you're throwing a fireball at someone, which is a third level spell, you can spend all 3 points to cause someone, one target within the range of that spell effect, who's already making their saving throw against that fireball, to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
So that's what the power of this does. You spend a charge per spell level you want to affect. So you can burn it all on a high level spell if you have those to cast, or you can meet it out to lower level slots.
Okay, so I can have both the dagger and Lady Fingers.
And then 1 more magic item that requires attunement.
Isn't it my hat though?
Oh yeah, the hat does require attunement, doesn't it?
What was the hat then?
It's a wizard hat that has a special that can also be used as an arcane focus and can once per day be used to cast a cantrip she doesn't know from the wizard spell list.
Oh.
Put on my wizard.
So you have 3 items that are
Hand
attuned to
in
you
hat.
now
Okay. I'm capped.
for items that require
Quite
attunement.
literally.
Others do not.
Okay.
And you might find an item you might want to replace something with. Maybe you'll find an item that makes you want to put the hat aside and replace it with that item.
Could she just wear the hat as a regular hat?
You
to the
can.
Fancy? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Can you just keep like a dead hand just on
Yeah,
it?
because I gotta put it somewhere.
Yeah. Set it down. Set the hat down. Lady Fingers just walks around with it on.
Cute! With her little bow.
I'll have to draw that. That sounds really
Yeah, that does sound cute.
Okay.
Just like a little hand using a hat as a hermit crab shell.
Oh my god. Oh my god. A
is a
loading
little
screen
cute.
where she just like crawls across.
That's a beautiful and also horrifying.
I agree.
Oh right, the dagger. Specs. Does it?
Additionally, this dagger, if we're going to talk about some of the cool flavor items it has, it definitely seems to have. It might have an odd history, but you definitely know its purpose, besides its magical effects, is to be used in dark rituals. And it is also afflicted of some, perhaps, unique properties, which we'll go into later, which I haven't rolled for yet. We'll do that off camera. Anyway, so you guys take flight, and I was, before we did after the hour, I was digging up my DMG, so I could just roll some encounters in the air. Because it will still take you a couple days to get where you're going. However, in the interim, it takes you a day to get over the far end of the Lowwood. That took you a week to get to on foot. And previously, it would have taken Gabby a lot longer to get here, but you are soaring.
Yeah.
It is
Good
fantastic.
boy.
You pass over those towns you went to before, Ladybug's Rest, Brightstead, Thornstead, the basin of the Forest of Low Illusion.
Are they recovering?
Maybe.
Yeah, how's that? Does it look? What does it look like from above?
Yeah.
Tiny.
Thanks. I mean.
It looks like that you can see the mark where a lot of fields were cleared, but it looks like you can still see things around. There are people still living there. They
Okay.
weren't completely destroyed by the undead blight.
Okay.
And then the zombies that came later. But
Acceptable. That's okay.
let me get the encounters chart I have for aerial
It's in my
encounters.
face.
Sorry, I just meant to do it vaguely towards you, but I keep doing it like right next to you. I'm so sorry.
There we go. Really, that's not here?
Nope.
Should have some of these in the back, maybe. There we go.
These stickers again,
Anyway.
because they're really cute. Look at that shit. Aw,
Look
yeah.
at Eyeball Dude.
He's very happy.
He's so happy
Yeah,
with
we
his
got,
gem crown.
The same event that I got that cool dice bag from, I got those stickers from, and I've given my friends swag.
Yeah.
Delightful
I like
swag.
This one a lot, but I don't know what to do.
Laptop sticker. But I want a new laptop.
That's a good idea.
It's really cute. That guy looks like what's his name? The bad Marvel guy.
Ariel.
You're asking the wrong
Galactus?
person.
I don't know. Do you know Erica?
Oh, that sticker, it does look like Galactus, but that is Asarak, the Lich from a lot of D&D's history, and a really cool bad guy, especially in a recent adventure called the Tomb of Annihilation.
Okay. I'm gonna call him Galactus.
That is perfectly fair.
While Mike does important things, I'm gonna play with these stickers. I think this looks for him.
Yeah. Those really do look like cereal boxes. Collect
I
all
would
4
get-
designs.
I would get Dungeon Mayhem cereal. That sounds pretty
Hell
great.
yeah. What are the pieces shaped like, do you think? Little, like,
Dungeons.
swords and D20s.
Little dragons. Oh my
Yeah.
god, D20 cereal would be so cute.
It's
All right.
just like, but from like one angle, all you see is like
The
a
first day
hexagon.
passes, and you are not afflicted by any strange aerial encounters.
Hooray.
On the second day, you're mostly passing over countryside on the edge of the Gate Kingdom and into Shalaria. You see a few towns down below and mostly a lot of untempered forests going along the coast as it continues to sweep south and build out. And in that day, you have one encounter in the sky
Damn it! We've been so lucky.
No.
in which, while you're flying by, you see, cutting through the clouds and soaring, is a distant figure made of silver and glimmering in the sunlight.
Ooh.
It is long and sinuous, and with an impressive, massive wingspan as its 4 legs tuck underneath it. A silver dragon cuts through the clouds,
Whoa.
just banking and giving you a wide berth as it just soars, before flying up and literally just standing on a cloud, as though it were solid ground.
What a boss.
Yeah, sounds really cool. If I had a camera, I'd take a photo.
And you just, it continues to fly about its business, pays you no direct heed, and just dives off the cloud and through another cloud and just soars majestically in the sky.
Fucking superb, you funky
Yeah.
giant lizard.
So you witness today a true dragon in flight.
Wow. Majestic.
That was real neato.
And on the third day,
Who is it?
on the
We
third
got a phone call!
on the third day, we will be back to describe where they have arrived in the next half of this episode of Dansu and Dragons.
Ooh. Give me like a 2-minute break.
Okay. Take your time.
I already went to pee. But I feel like I have more.
I'll go with you.
Mic's off.
Yeah.
Not turn off, just take them off your person.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Batteries are all holding out well.
Yeah, I should go with you.
Right, everything okay for the game. I'm not making this marquee focus plot has made me feel really kind of slimy. And I'm putting that.
not as bad as I thought it.
Yeah.
I am entertained.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I haven't crossed that line.
Yeah, the thing is,
He's
he's
a
like,
total loser, so
he's
it's
not
great.
that cool, yeah.
Taking him serious. We can't take him seriously.
Oi!
That's my phone.
Do, 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 do. Huh? Who likes you?
Patience. He probably respects
I fed him. We're married now.
He told you the name of his tiefling support group. Well, you did see a tiefling recently.
But I don't like
I'm just gonna quote that on Twitter.
Can't believe we did a sitcom episode.
It wasn't that sitcom-y though. I thought it was gonna get like crazier.
Oh, and you guys never did your 2 people in a trench coat.
No, I know. I'm disappointed.
I was hoping you would convince us more
Yeah.
to like not take double stick, because then we probably would have done that. But that's okay. I can't imagine how you would.
It would have been rude.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not if that matters to my character.
Yeah. That's fine. We're friends. You probably would respect a little bit of my wishes.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little
Not
bit.
lot.
Ez was watching Spider-Man last night, though, so I was watching Spider-Man last night.
Wait, which one?
Homecoming. So I was like,
Oh.
that's not how that is. That's not how that is. I hate movies set in New York.
Luckily, the next one's gonna be set in Paris.
And all over the world.
Good. I don't know anything about Paris. But I was like, 36th Avenue is nowhere near Franklin K. Lane High School. Why is every other street just called 21st Street?
You know what is weirdly accurate to the locations is Banana Fish, the anime, the like slightly BL anime. Because I think they took like, they either scouted the locations or sent someone to like actually get photos of everywhere, and it looks like really realistic. And all the locations are accurate. It's very interesting.
Like, I know there are capital R reasons they can't, like, make it real, but, like,
Yeah.
fucking don't make it so fictional that my suspension of disbelief is ruined.
Sorry, I'm almost ready. Right after I said I wasn't hungry.
Like, why is your school called Midtown Tech when it's nowhere near fucking Midtown?
Good question.
Why? Why? Fuck you.
Well, that New York City Con called itself a New York City Con.
Liberty City.
Liberty City, that's what I
fucking
meant.
fuck Liberty City for that reason.
How dare you?
For real, how dare you?
Say adjacent.
Say New York City area.
Isn't
Say
it based up in Yonkers?
There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with Yonkers.
But say Yonkers, not New York.
Exactly.
Like Yonkers was a road trip when we went up. Me and my friends went to Yonkers to watch the a Fathom event of Madoka 3 at an Alamo Draft House.
I know
For a-
exactly which Alamo Draft House you went to.
That was a road trip.
Yeah.
That is not just
Shit,
outside the
I
city.
live in the North Bronx and that's a road trip for me.
Duh.
Like, there's a lot of New York City. It's pretty far from Yonkers.
Welcome back to Dansu and Dragons. When last we left our party of adventurers before the break, it was the third day of their travel by new and improved Gabrielle and the Airkite, cutting a ridiculously fast path across the countryside between Gate and the nation of Shalaria. Maybe by now, by the time I'm editing this, we will have a map of Shalaria, which I'm showing on screen. And lo, coming into view beneath them on the halfway through the third day is the City of Light, aptly named by the large amount of. I'm just going to describe the city. It's very pre-industrial gear punk. Not steam, but like a lot of clockwork stuff going on, and a lot of artificial light. Like just, they actually have got gas lamps set up going in the city, and even in the daytime, the Arcanum of Brilliance is literally aptly named, and it is that tower in the middle of the city that is magically bright.
Nice.
And even in the daytime, it's just like a shining little tower that just guides you in as you fly towards the city. I need to bust out a notebook with notes about this city. As you settle down, flying over the city, you see multiple distinct districts, and I probably should have had this out during the break.
It is.
Instead, I am
I
full.
was listening to a lot of berries at work this week to stay awake and focus. So,
This is not the right notebook. That is the wall behind me moving. It looks like real brick, but this is a fake, a facade.
no, you don't say.
Well, that was for our viewers at home.
Oh my god.
Don't.
You can see the sheen.
Yeah. Maybe
Oh.
they're
It's
shiny
just
bricks.
they're polished bricks.
Yeah.
So, I have the wrong notebook.
Oh.
You brought the wrong notebook.
I brought the wrong notebook.
Well, that
I have
sucks.
7. But the good news is I remember a lot of this by rote.
Maybe you should label your notebooks in the future. I'm not trying to be like.
I haven't been, and that's a very good point.
Okay.
But I'm like running a bunch of games, and each notebook's a different game, and I've been getting them all mixed up and
Yeah.
combobulated.
I suppose you haven't gotten more mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're overlooking the city, which is cut by 2 massive rivers that you know famously as the River Guilt and the River Regret.
Whoa.
Wow.
I thought you meant guilt like covered in gold, but wow.
Maybe it is. Maybe everyone's still regret.
All right. The city is cut by the river into multiple districts. Between the 2 rivers is the Arcanum of Brilliance, around which is also the hold of the university built around the Arcanium. It's a very big college and school that just functions as a big part of the center of the city. Next to it, on the edge of one of the rivers, actually no, the river cuts alongside it. Between the 2 rivers is actually this very big arts district where a lot of students and artists and a very kind of bohemian movement is in the middle of catching on, as people are just flocking to that area, even in the kind of overcrowded apartments of the city, to participate in the university or go look at the royal gardens across the Regret River from the district, which are just the old holdings of the royal family, which is mostly just a figurehead to the parliament currently ruling the nation of Shalaria. The old palace, or the old castle of the city, is called the Rose, and is now a massive art museum that is visible and towering even above the height of the Arcanium Brilliance of which it overlooks.
Wow.
You can see the also bustling industrial districts of early factories, and even the distant overlooking site in a part of the old city, the Draconic Temple. When the Dragon's Eye Empire ruled their regions, they usually set up houses of worship for the Draconic Pantheon, because the Dragonborn worship the dragon gods. And there's this massive temple to the Draconic Pantheon on the far western edge of the city that just is on a hill overlooking everything. And to the north of the city, there are other tenement districts, including a bustling and now building cathedral of the Somnic Church, which is now taking hold in the region in the past 200 years or so. But it is a busy city, it is a dense city, it is a it is not a very tall built city because it's also very widespread. Buildings are 3 stories high in most areas, the tallest of which, besides the castle, being 4 or 5. But it is disparate and impressive evolution of architecture all throughout, and it is a dense city. Whereabouts do you guys want to set down?
Outside the city, then,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Because if it's so dense, there won't be enough space for.
Okay. There are squares and parks and the like. As I said, there's the massive royal gardens, which
Yeah, let's
was-
just plop down in the
They're
middle
not-
of this.
the Royal
vortex.
Gardens is publicly known as a very large public park. It was former holdings of the royalty, who are now diminished to puppet status.
Even still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're not just like gonna in the middle of a park where
Hey,
people are
guys.
just like having picnics and shit. No, it's ridiculous.
We need real bids.
All right. You plop down
We enter
outside.
the city like normal people, please.
You-
Not like grand entrance.
Hey, everybody.
Look at us in our owl
We're not
kites.
the marquee.
All right.
We have
You land
some
outside the
class.
city.
We have
and-
some class.
Just little.
And you want to just have Gabrielle just walk the cart into the city after you tighten the rein so it's not as dragged behind him?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to like, hand cart drag it and let Gabrielle fly free outside for a while?
No, we'll bring him in.
You can bring him in, but
So-
I think that we should probably help him because he's been flying for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys
fine.
touch down and Gabrielle kind of owl walks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like
Pulling the cart.
he's our big horse that can fly.
Yeah.
He's a giant draft horse that can fly.
There is indeed a large number of, as you set down, not because, like on the south end of where the two rivers meet, there's also this massive area of wilderness overtaken, overgrown, a former part of the city that's in rubble. So you just avoid that and go in through the district. But yeah, words. No, that is the district. Yeah, you enter through, I guess, one of the main gates of the city, which cuts to the Crown District, which is the big governmental district. It's also like the front area that has these massive gates that are like welcoming to people, as there are a lot of people bringing farm goods into the city, people bringing goods out of the city by cart. You also see that there are barges on the River's Regret. You saw there were barges by the score on the River's Regret and Guilt when you were flying overhead, and a lot of things going into the city: grapes, fruit, wheat, livestock, barrels of wine, so much wine.
Nice.
And you're stopped, of course, because there's a line formed of all these people going in. Foot traffic seems to be moving faster, but the cart traffic is being checked, you find.
Makes sense.
And
Okay, that's
after about an hour and a half of waiting,
Ugh.
Jesus.
of slow,
I mean, yeah, that's.
of talons clacking on dirt and then stopping for a while,
Oh.
you come up to a guard with a fanciful heather in their helm
Nice.
and a wood-backed board in his hand with a parchment upon it. And he says, name, purpose for visit, and any goods to declare.
First of all, I noticed from a distance that he's got a feather in his hat, and I put a feather in my hair
Uh-huh.
because I figure that'll.
It's like a big plumish feather. He
Same
has ink on
hat,
it.
same hat,
Same.
same hat.
What delightful plumage you have in your hair. It matches the plumage upon my delightful helm.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I agree. I love your feather. Where'd you get it?
Oh, I actually got it at a clothier's to spruce up my uniform since they relaxed regulation. I thought it would just help me stand out a bit in the crowd during muster.
Oh, it certainly does. I saw you from far away.
It very much helps me in my work here.
How so?
Well, people see me when they first come in the morning, and they do not miss me and try and ride past because I am quite visible with the feather.
So you're the feather guy.
Indeed, I am the feather guy.
Haha, nice.
Indeed. Yes, but where are my manners? I will be your checkpoint for today. I am Monsieur Cartier.
What?
Monsieur
Cartier. Cartier.
Cartier.
Cartier.
Black Star, Rascal. Talk to me, Harry. Tell me. Never mind. Okay. What were we
But I will
saying?
be your checkpoint for today. What is your name? Your name of your party, and do you have anything to declare? And what is your business in the city of light?
Our business is just to learn more about this beautiful city and to.
You are here for the Arch District, then.
Yes.
It is wonderful. You know, they've just made a massive clockwork installation inside the glass isohedron they have built outside the Rose.
Isohedron. Like that? Anyway.
Yes, like that. It's a nice feature.
It is I. My name be Gita Jewelsoul.
Life of crime.
Performer. Performer. And I'm
Arts of
simply here
crime.
with my friends and some
Hi.
supplies for our visit and our owl.
Well, very well. I would just require a 7 silver cart tax for entering the city with a cart,
Oh man, this is gonna cost
and
money.
a beast of drag.
It's fine. 7 silver's nothing.
Okay. And a what? What else is it?
It's a tax for the cart and coming in with a beast of burden.
With a
Beast of burden.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
All right, I got it, guys.
You said
Don't
a
worry.
beastie
Don't-
bird.
I dropped a die.
I got it. Don't worry about it, guys.
Okay.
Right. Very well. You are permitted entry into the city. We hope you enjoy your stay in the City of Light And please sample the local fare. Please enjoy our burgeoning and wonderful culture. And please, please visit the museum. It is delightful, especially if you catch the check the clockwork around noontime. Oh, the way the light refracts off the glass is beautiful.
He's making this place sound pretty good.
Yeah.
I know we got stuff to do, but we can.
Besides his badge of office as an armored guard guarding the city gates, he also has a little sash that says he's a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
cute. It
Cartier.
was nice to meet you, Cartier. Maybe
Well, it is
we'll
nice
see
to meet all of you.
around.
Well, I hope you enjoy your stay in our fair city.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Where are we gonna stay?
We'll find a place.
Why don't we ask him?
Do you have a recommendation of a place to stay?
There are a number of boarding houses and inns over outside of the University District. You will find inns throughout the city with our attempt to bring in with traders coming in. They need places to sleep at night. The industrial districts have a lot of merchant housing and options available to you. The Crown District often has lovely hotels for visiting dignitaries.
Great, thank you very much. We'll definitely check out one of those. Is there anything else we need to know?
I think we're good.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And you are allowed
I
in.
move my feather around at him.
He
his
laughs.
general direction.
He is amused.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, well. Oh shoot, where are the catacombs? They're under the Arcanium, right?
They are.
The catacombs you're looking for are under the Crown District.
Oh, okay. Then we should go to the Crown District.
Okay.
You are entering the city in the Crown District.
That's very convenient.
Bam.
All right, look at that, getting shit done.
Let's find a modest but not poor.
You will find no modest hotel
Damn it.
in the Crown
In the
District.
Crown District. He said it's
Okay.
for like visiting dignitaries.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
shit.
And
Okay.
the various senators and seated seats of Parliament.
Okay, is there
And
an
the
Can
industry
you
that's around
can
it.
you
District.
pull? Can you name
Yeah.
drop or some shit?
I don't have any like super noble politician family members.
All right.
Okay, is there an adjacent district
asked.
that has reasonably priced inns?
There's both poor and reasonably priced things in the district next to the Crown District, which comes in off that area that was filled with the nature reclaimed part of the city.
Let's try that one, I guess.
Okay.
You have strong feelings? Yeah, let's do that.
Give me an investigation check looking for lodgings.
Ugh.
Yeah. Investigation? Oh, I have nothing.
Oh God, no. It's up to you.
Okay.
What did everyone get? Please tell me.
Our
4.
highest roll was an 8.
8?
1.
1?
That's why I said my score
Yeah.
as the highest roll.
While you're investigating for a place to stay, you seem to get lost in the labyrinth maze of the city.
Yep, that's about right.
It's not like Southgate, which is,
Right.
all that tiers going on overlooking the always visible ocean. No, this place is a labyrinth, and it's not even a grid labyrinth. It's like awkward labyrinths built around these.
Boston.
Boston's not
face
even
you made.
circles anymore. No, this is weirder than that. There's circle patterns going on here, but it's all twisted inside of that. As buildings cram up on each other and the sky is lost sometimes underneath awnings.
Well,
Crumped at.
And you can't really find your way around, as a lot of people are mostly going about their own business in this area, like moving supplies, doing work, or just being gruff and annoyed at your general presence for trying to ask them questions.
Fucking tourists.
yeah. That's fair.
Cries.
Eventually, in this search that somehow yielded no positive results for finding a modestly priced inn, you find yourselves walking Gabrielle through a more cobblestone street area where wheeled carts are mostly moving things from overhead and dropping them in carts. Like people are using like wheeled pulleys wheeled pulleys to like crane things up and down out of second-story windows onto carts in large supply, and that's where you are presently. And the only cry that's without a Solarian accent and people talking to each other that you've heard perhaps in an hour of people just running about doing their business, and they know their business. They need you to get out of their way while they're conducting it.
That's fair.
You hear a cry out in a dwarvish accent. Luncheon meats, hot pot bread pockets. We got it all. Delicatessen, dwarven delicatessen.
Why is he Canadian?
Well, more Midwest. Well, dwarven.
Midwest?
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Midwestern dwarven
yeah.
accent we've been running with.
The Minnesotan accent.
Oh, Minnesota. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Why is he Canadian?
We got a hot meal. We got cold cuts. All in. And you hear just that voice kind of cutting through the rumbling busyness of the city.
Aw. Minnesotan dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody want a sandwich or something?
Are we hungry? Probably.
Probably wandering around and not getting.
All right, let's go.
Fucking
look at
let's
the
go
meats,
get a
I guess.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Right, you roll up towards that area and you see a dwarf with a sandwich board on.
Oh, he's wearing one.
Just standing, a wooden
A
board on
sandwich
both-
board.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's wearing a board. Not
wearing,
just, like,
which bears
advertising.
a maker's mark and
Oh.
which bears a maker's mark and a
I love Maker's
dwarven
Mark.
delicatessen. And he's just standing in front of a small dwarven delicatessen.
Aw.
Oh, hi there, folks. You looking for a good lunch?
Hey, can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Oh, sure, come in. I'll get Stacy to get the griddle going.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yes, make that 3.
And he, sure thing. Oh, you can
Thank you so much.
you can stable your owl around back.
Awesome, thank you.
Can we make that
Bacon, egg,
4?
and cheese.
Poor Gabby probably needs some food.
Well, I think I can get something together for your friend there. Oh, look at you. You're a big one, aren't you? May I?
Oh, I like this guy. Well,
Go for it.
Oh, and he goes and starts petting Gabby. Oh, so fluffy. Look at that plumage.
I agree. Ditto.
Oh,
plumage.
look at you. Yo, I think I can fix something up for your friend here. Something that'll match an appetite of a bird this big. Yeah.
Oh God, thank
You're a
you.
little too good at that, Mike.
I'm too good at being sounding like a very large, friendly man.
Yeah. A Minnesotan large friendly man.
Yeah, come right in. We can get some bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. Oh, we got lots of cheese. We got some dwarven cheeses. Also, we got some great fancy Solarian cheese that we buy local.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just starting to get to me.
I'm sorry. But yeah, he helps you lodge in a stable round back, and then brings you in, sits the three of you at a table, and he says, my wife Stacy's gonna take great care of you. She's gonna get the griddle running. Yeah.
Cute.
And he says, I'm gonna go back out and go back to Buskern, but you guys enjoy your stay in my delicatessen. And he steps outside as a dwarven woman with a thicker mustache and more cropped, like shaved beard approaches a few minutes later with just a little basket of bread and mustard for the table. Here you folks go. I'm just gonna put this out for you there. Your nice little rusks.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Oh, if you got a nose problem, don't worry. We ground some horseradish into this mustard. It's fresh. It'll clear you right up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, something just in the air here in Schleyer is just getting to you. And now I'll get the griddle running. You enjoy these rusks and mustard. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And you
Oh
can
gosh,
hear the
it's so
sound of
cute.
something being lit aflame in the back. And you have this basket full of twice-baked rusks.
Oh yeah.
Delicious.
So slices of bread that have been rebaked and it's gotten super dry and crumbly, and some spread of mustard.
Sweet.
I don't like mustard, but I mentioned Gita would, so go for it, Gita.
I'm going for it.
Oh, it's like spicy brown mustard with a little bit of horseradish mixed in.
Horseradish.
And after a few moments, Stacy returns, and she comes bearing some plates of dwarven portioned bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. This is like really thick cut bacon. Not sure if it's pig belly, cow belly, or lamb belly, but it is thick cut, and it is big, and it is on some really big kind of rolls, like really thick hearty bread rolls.
Excuse me.
With cheese.
And the cheese is just the cheese they had on Proc. It is some kind of hard Solarian cheese that is just very nutty in flavor. And the eggs are like multiple eggs were used for each sandwich, definitely.
Oh yeah. I'm sure this
It's like a-
tastes amazing. I am so congested.
I'm sorry. But it is very the whites are like crisp on the edges, but the yolk is still runny, and it's
Oh yeah.
always just a.
Mike, shut up.
Sounds too good.
It does sound really good.
We get it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
you are
Oh,
able
yeah.
to get a wonderful hot meal at this dwarven
Yay.
delicatessen. And as she goes
Well-
back behind the counter, just start keeping house and going through things, because you also notice they have other breads for sale, dwarven bakery and delicatessen. There's also breads and dwarven bagels for sale.
Ooh, bagels.
Oh shit.
With that boiled chewy crust right there. I want a bagel now.
Yeah.
I was talking
They
about
also have some
having
good-
like a good lox bagel with my coworker yesterday. Oh man.
They got some
Yep.
good pizza here in the City of Light too.
Huh? They
I
have
said
what?
they got some good pizza here in the City of Light too.
Dragonborn flatbreads aren't very popular here right now.
Oh.
We're outside the pizza belt.
There are many Dragonborn, though, that still work in the district around the Draconic Pantheon Temple. So maybe there might be some there. But right here, it seems like a
Here.
dwarven immigrant fair.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
And as she goes back down the counter, Stacy asks, I hope you enjoy your meals. What brings you folks to the city? You don't see many gnomes or halflings around here. She questions. Actually, no, I did see a gnome. Not but 2 weeks ago.
oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Huh.
Oh yeah, nice girl. She really enjoyed the hot. She and her group all enjoyed the hot pot bread pocket.
Her group.
Oh, what kind of group was it?
Oh, it was just see, she was all wearing furs and had a big axe, and one of her friends was a tiny little thing, maybe a pixie. Very off-putting and unsettling.
Unsettling.
And I think one of them wilderness walkers, one of them rangers.
Hey.
I think they were an adventuring party. Nice folk. You guys an adventuring party?
Well, the adventure of our stomachs right now.
Oh, you're too kind.
You're good.
Anyway, so while we're here, we were wondering, we have not been able to find an inn or
stay.
somewhere to stay. Do you happen to know of anywhere around here that's reasonably priced?
Well, there are a few inns in this neighborhood, but a lot of them are full up for harvest season coming in. And everyone's in a hurried tizzy about it because there was almost a blight.
Do tell.
Oh, there were word coming from out east that a lot of crops were starting to get blight, and it was reaching through a bunch of territories, kind of like fingers spreading across a map. But then it all just stopped.
Oh, I'm glad it was resolved somehow.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
I mean,
What?
But yeah, well, not a proper inn. Oh, my husband and I, we have a few empty rooms for rent if anyone needs a place to crash.
illegal Airbnb.
This
Wait
is
until
the big
city
city.
tax
Oh, no.
office hears about this.
We own the building we built the delicatessen in. When we had to come to this city after, we came to this city after my husband's father moved him around a lot, and then we just came to Shalaria to get that piece of the dream, you know.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, well, I mean, gosh and golly, that sounds great if you wouldn't mind.
Oh sure, I'll talk to them about you to enjoy your meal. We can hash out details a little later, closer to closing.
Sounds great.
Can I get you any other drinks for the table?
What?
Any other things for the table? I know we got you some food, but do you want anything to drink?
Mead.
Oh, we got some meat. I'll hook you right up. Hey, do you two?
Just water,
I'm
please.
good.
All right, in there. And she brings you very large glasses of water, and then like a little cask with a handle on it of mead.
Oh my god, I don't need all this. But thank you.
Well, isn't it like normal size for you? But like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of like a bucket and kicking my feet and shit.
And there you have it. You've secured some lodgings, and it'll be just
Yay.
standard in-room fare. as you're renting this nice guest room here at this Dwarven Delicatessen.
Stacy, by the way, we didn't catch your husband's name?
I think no, it was Cartier, wasn't it?
No.
Well, that was the guy at the
Other
front
guy?
of the
Oh, right.
that was
I'm
the
sorry.
guard.
You're right. You're right.
That was Stacy and
Chad.
Don't.
So I do have another question. Does her mom?
Stacy and Bruno of the Delicatessen.
Aw,
Bruno?
that's a good name.
Does Bruno the dwarf is gay?
What?
What?
Does Bruno the dwarf is gay?
It's a meme I'm missing.
Yeah.
A meme more reference I'm missing here.
People thought Bruno
It
Mars
is the most talked about in the news a
Was-
year ago.
was rumored to be gay, but a lot of people like searched for it with really weird sentences. So someone made like a meme.
Because
about
people
it.
don't know how to type anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does
okay.
Bruno Mars is
All right.
gay, right?
Yeah, does Bruno Mars is gay?
Why?
Well, does
Alright.
he?
We're
Does he?
Does
Or
he?
doesn't he? That is a question
So-
we will never know.
Gonna
You
get
have
out my
secured
tear
these.
tissue.
You've secured some lodging in the city of light,
Hooray.
and you can use that from there. You can get the lay of the land after you're getting a night's rest, and then figure out what you're going to do next in the city, because you have two things you're searching for. One, a woman from Southgate who's here to retire and might have something of importance. And two, you got to go do some delving beneath the city to find a needle in a bone stack.
And while I'm here, I'd like to go to the Arcanium.
Ooh.
Just look up some information on the sword if I can. Might as well.
And we can also find the rumor come out.
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Wow.
Bruno Mars is gay is the most discussed in the media in the few years ago, even as it happened in 2012, but some of the public's still curious about what is exactly happening, and to be the reason there is a rumor comes out about his gay. I can't keep
can't.
reading it.
It's this weird, odd, non-existent syntax, and it's why. Why is it like
Yeah.
this?
The reason I know about this meme is because someone redid it, but for Yuri on Ice. Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I figured out. And actually, that would have procced you earlier, but when we brought the old radio and it's also a record player in, it was caked in a few years of dust.
Oh,
We've cleaned it
maybe.
entirely, so that might be it. But
Maybe, but it's
Maybe.
over there.
yeah, but it's a big set and it's a big studio.
That's true.
I know about it because Dan read it out in an episode of Game Grumps.
Ah.
I really need to get into those guys.
Crying. What?
I really need to get into those guys. I love the little animatic people do of their
Yes.
bits,
Yeah.
but I have not ever really sat down and watched or listened.
Some of it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of it's pretty painful,
Uh-huh.
but I love it just the same. If you want to start with like something a little bit more surreal, check out the 10-minute Power Hour episodes.
Okay.
It's a relatively new series that they started doing where
Okay.
their faces are on the camera for once and they
Yeah.
just do stupid shit.
Okay. Now, I know they used to work with JonTron.
Aaron did.
Okay.
Dan came in and replaced him.
Okay.
But that was
A
several
while.
years
That's a
ago
thing.
already. Like, what, 5 or
Yep.
6 years ago by now.
Did you see that JonTron just made his big return debut?
Ew.
Apparently, he made a sequel to Flex Tape.
He made a what?
A sequel to his Flex Tape skit.
I don't know.
It was weird. He got the guy who pitches Flex Tape on the infomercials. It was really fucking weird.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, let's.
That's enough about that.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's so many loaded questions there. Anyway,
That is enough about that.
Because
Do
the
you still believe or not?
2 eps were very me-centric. Let's find your thing.
Okay.
Or we can go research your sword.
We could, but I'm not feeling too great right now, so let's
Let's save that for another episode.
okay. So
How might we even go about finding the?
Also, we're running low on time.
Yeah. The guard, right? Retired?
yeah, she would have had to have probably come by land, you know, and you'd have to talk to someone who, like, maybe you have a good impression with, who might know a lot about people going
Oh.
in and out of the city.
That's so weird. I wonder if we know anybody like that.
Wait, what's happening? I was writing. What's going on?
He says, if
I'm
only there was
heavily
somebody that we
implying you
knew.
could go back and talk to Mr. Cartier.
If only there was someone that we knew who's seen everybody come in and out of the city,
Oh.
and who we have good graces with.
From the
Yeah.
direction of Gate.
Man, I don't know.
If only. Well, that's too bad. I guess let's head back home.
Yeah, we came all this way.
Well, let's go.
We'll take a break.
All right. So, what do you want to do?
go find him.
Okay. You can find him again in the next day, working the gate checkpoint as he usually does.
Let's
Yep.
distract
With
him
his-
from his job.
Yeah, that's probably
Well,
why it
it's
takes an
still
hour and a
early
half.
in the day. They don't. A lot of people aren't coming in at first light. People are leaving, and he's just the income checkpoint. And there's another guard working the other side. And people aren't coming in as heavily first thing in the morning, as you
That's
course
what
through
you
the
meant.
city
Okay.
and find the man.
Okay.
And you can approach him. How do you approach him?
With a feather in my cap.
All right.
Yeah, exactly like that.
If you greet him and he turns to look at you, good morning again, Miss Jewelsoul. A pleasure to see you again. Are you enjoying the city so far?
Oh, yes, immensely. It's lovely.
There is a spring in your step. What can I do for you today?
Oh, well, if you're not too busy, I was just wondering if I could ask you a question about somebody who came in before.
Please continue. Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Persuasion.
You don't have it.
I don't have it. I have +2 charisma, though.
Wait, and also you have Jack of all trades,
What's
which
that,
means you add
advantage?
half your proficiency bonus to your non-proficient
It's
skills.
not going to be that much anyway.
five
It's going to be
total.
bad. No, it's 6.
Oh, right.
Plus,
Plus 2.
Plus 1
is 7.
7. I don't suppose I can roll with advantage.
You-
Luck?
what?
Can I use luck?
Can
You-
I? Can I?
You have your luck
be like-
feat, don't
no,
you?
No, no. Can I
You
be
don't-
like?
No, I have
She has
a feat
lucky
that's
feet.
renewable.
No. Oh.
You
I
have
don't have to
3.
waste it on this. No.
No, you have 3 points of luck per day.
Yeah, it's
that
3
let
per
you
day.
do
It
give
renews.
yourself advantage. So please, yes, you can proc that to be
Just
lucky.
Hopefully we won't need the rest of them
That's what
today.
I'm saying. Like, don't.
Yeah, but I don't want to use yours. You only got 1.
And
No,
you
not,
can't-
not my point of inspiration.
Oh, then what do you mean?
Wasn't there a thing where I could just be like, hey?
You have halfling luck. When you roll a 1,
No, I'm not talking about.
Oh.
Forget it.
Okay,
Forget
what
it.
is it?
Bardic
Okay.
inspiration.
that's her
No,
power.
That's mine.
Forget it.
But you can also just help someone by saying you're helping them.
That's what I meant.
Oh, I apologize. You can
Luck,
help her if
help,
you're there.
whatever. I'm sick, man. Leave me alone.
Oh, no.
So does that mean I roll
You
with
can
advantage?
roll with advantage, and you don't have to spend luck yet. But
That's
you can,
what I wanted to do.
But if you
Okay.
so choose, you can still spend luck on an inspiration roll, an inspired roll to gain 1 more.
Let's roll this one and see how it goes. 20!
Wow.
Total or
22.
base? All right. That is very lucky.
That's
that is,
much better. Thank you.
With Venus backing you up and offering some description of the
With
time you with Aembron help backing you up
Aembron.
and providing some frame of reference for the time when this would have happened, he does say a woman did come in from Gates about a week ago, saying that she was coming to the city to retire, looking to just come into the city and just enjoy her golden years. He remembers a little bit about where she said she wanted to go. She wanted to pursue something in. Funnily enough, in that whole young hip bohemian district that's coming up between the university
rivers. Oh.
and the Rose Museum, the old castle, to get a good view of the arts and culture.
Don't shut up. I need you.
Oh. Well, hopefully it'll come back.
He says you'd probably find her looking around in that area.
I just
Considering it's mostly a district that is currently being flooded with a lot of young people, someone of middle age moving in like that might stand out.
I just want to put out there that this is a very irresponsible guard that should not be telling us this information.
Well, you did
because-
persuade him with a 20.
Well,
You were
that's
very
true.
persuasive, and you have that whole rapport there.
However, still.
Yeah, that
what
is.
if I wanted to murder her?
I
Now I
know
would know
this
where to
guard
find her.
is very much breaching protocol, and and if anyone noticed, he would probably be reprimanded for it.
Can I give him my mead?
Yes, if you,
You
still have
took
mead.
it out of
You brought it with you?
From like a day ago?
Yeah.
So much
very
mead.
confused.
You have like
There's
a
a lot.
flask?
He is not above drinking on the
You
job,
cannot get
considering
me
how
flask.
irresponsible he is. Oh, well, thank you so much.
As a thanks.
Okay,
Aw.
so we had to actually like go through fucking customs, but he'll just spill everybody's shit
That's what
and
I'm s-
drink the next morning.
That's what I'm
Fucking,
saying.
it's 9:30 a.m.
It was not very thorough customs. It was just a question that he did not search your cart.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't search
suppose.
it, didn't he?
No.
Thank God.
It's like, you got a card? Okay, cool.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
I'm
saying,
starting to
he's
feel
very
that little bit of like,
responsible.
I'm starting to feel like that little bit of I'm having a mild allergic reaction to something like this right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something's funky.
Did they just move it in?
No, this has been here for over a week.
Oh, so
And I have
why-
spent long days in this building. Something is weird.
Something is definitely weird because I'm just congested. I don't have a headache, which is amazing. I'm not having trouble breathing. I'm not itchy. It's just congestion.
I will bring it up to my boss when we come back on Tuesday.
Yeah, hopefully it's not something like the circulation of the building.
I don't know.
There's nothing really circulating. Each thing is self-contained. There's no central air. We have AC units that pop outside, and we have that heater. There's nothing circulating. It's really fucking weird.
I don't know. Woo!
Spooky.
Spooky air.
It got meta.
Anyway,
Get some spooky
so
air for our spooky
you can
self.
head to that district between the rivers Regret and Guilt and do some searching.
Indeed. Let's
Okay,
do that.
Let's do that.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Oh, thank you. And
feel like
if
you
you
like
head
it.
that way, the three of you can make investigation or persuasion checks to investigate around or search or ask around.
I have neither of those, so let's see what fucking happens. I got a 10. Investigation or persuasion, you said?
Yep, investigation or persuasion.
Intelligence, persuasion.
20.
I got a total 13.
All right. You're asking around. You're getting some mention of people having seen her. What'd you get, Embron? That's what you got, Aembron. People have seen her.
Tell me,
Eris,
have you
what'd you
seen
get?
her? Seen her?
What could I add from here?
You could use investigation or persuasion.
10.
10?
Okay.
No one you've talked to has seen her. No one you've asked about has seen her. And Gita, asking around, being personable, rubbing people in the ribs, being a bard, playing a musical instrument. You're
Do
just
it.
you're working the
I
crowd.
haven't done it in a while. You're getting so much better at it.
Am I? I don't know if better is the right word.
What was your total for your persuasion
20.
to search? 20?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Asking around, you have actually got a bead on her in an area of town that she usually frequents.
Oh, yeah.
That she's become a local fixture, spending a lot of time in smoky Shalarian cafes, just looking out at the Arcanium Tower or looking out at the Castle Rose as various students and young philosophers argue and debate in the back of the coffee shops.
She's wearing a beret and smoking too.
Well, she's not smoking, but she is wearing a beret.
Like you do
it.
A little strap
She's-
around the neck.
Yep.
And in fact, after you're directed there, you can lead the three of you to that place and find her just sitting there looking out wistfully at the tower, not clad in armor, but just wearing common, comfortable clothes and a beret and a wistful look of serenity on her features. She sips slowly from a deep black cup.
About
I'm
to
so
mess that.
sorry.
It's okay.
It's cool.
I am so sorry.
Okay.
How dare your body have reactions to something? So rude.
I concur. It's very difficult piloting this flesh vessel.
You should tell it off. That's what I do.
What I'm gonna do during the week when we're up here, because we're up here for 2 days and then the other studio 2 days, I'm just gonna do a full. Okay, there's something itching on my eye now.
Uh-oh.
It's really weird. I'm gonna just do a full vacuum and clean and see what's up.
Okay.
Unless maybe it's because the walls aren't so solid. Maybe something was sprayed or being used in one of the other suites. It's concerning.
Anyway, hopefully we won't all die.
I don't
This, we're in the game.
Yeah. Well, if you die in real life, you die in the game.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Well, so we found her.
You found her. What do
Cannot
you do?
believe we found her.
That was really fast.
It was
I
easier.
don't
It was
know.
easier than finding an inn somehow.
Yeah. I would like to gather myself.
Okay, you gather yourselves up.
Wise. We've talked to her before, right?
Yes.
I forget. Was that a bad encounter? Because I didn't think that through.
Eris used a magic on her that she was aware she was enchanted afterwards.
Were we with her at the time?
Is this Sunshine?
No, this is
Who
the
are we talking about?
the guard from early on.
Oh, okay.
That I gave her the receipt,
The
and
receipt
some other
lady.
stuff. But wait, were
Gotcha.
we? I forget. Were we associated, or did she come in like
The
separately?
three of you came in together
God
did.
damn it!
to talk to those kids who were in the who were being held.
I put on my mustache.
I mean, I was the one who did the magic, so maybe she might go easier on
If-
the two of them if I like hang back.
Possibly. You want to make a stealth check?
Yeah.
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
She's sitting there. She has not yet noticed you.
Is she have anything to eat or drink?
She has some kind of pastry along with her coffee.
Okay, so I can't bring her a coffee.
Here,
Or
take some of this
Danish.
mead.
How much meat do you have?
I still have like a third of a bottle left.
It's kind of weird to give people mead when they're drinking coffee and getting pastries, so I'll just get her another pastry.
Okay, you can go into the cafe, avoiding her being
Yeah.
seen by her easily enough because she's facing one way,
Uh-huh.
and get another pastry.
Okay,
Costs a few coppers.
all right. I get her a pastry
Okay.
and go up and go, hey, long time no see. Fancy seeing you here.
I'm just gonna roll her reaction here. She is
As I hand
mid-drink
her a pastry.
and does a spit take and clatters her cup back into her the little cup plate and kind of cracks something.
Oh.
And it's just a clatter and goes onto the.
Oh,
And she's like shocked.
wait, did she break it?
She doesn't break it. It just
Okay.
clatters together like clacking pieces together, ceramics clacking together. And she's like, "You the."
Does she remember?
She remembers
Oh God.
Clearly.
because surprise, and she had that receipt for some reason. And it's somehow important, so she'd remember. It's you. Why'd you? I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore.
What?
She just says point blank. I don't have it anymore.
Wow.
I mean.
Is what she says to you point blank.
Wow.
Jesus.
I'm here. I'm enjoying my retirement. I don't have that receipt anymore.
Awkwardly holding the pastry still. Well, first of all, I got you another pastry, so there you go. And fine, I will be happy to leave you alone. Could you just tell me where it is now?
A couple days after you just gave it to me, I didn't think anything of it. But then I was approached by a man who identified it by description and wanted to buy it.
Creepy. Okay.
He was bald. He had a great medallion hanging from his neck that looked like a clock with no hands.
I don't remember who this is. Is this somebody that we know?
It was the priest who had been traveling with Captain Thraraxis Daxer, who helped hold the little ceremony when Bjorn was buried.
Okay. He wanted to buy it.
He said I was in possession of some kind of receipt and he wanted to buy it off of me. He paid a lot of money, so I didn't ask questions. I cashed in my pension and I came here to live out my retirement. And look, I didn't realize that was so valuable, and I just took the money and ran. He has it.
Where did you sell it to him?
It was in Gate, in Southgate.
Well, that was a dick move.
It was a few days. I got out of the city and actually made it here a few days before word of the zombie outbreak happened.
Well, I'm taking this pastry back.
What? That's
It-
so rude.
She sold a very important thing.
You gave it to her.
Yeah. Feeling
Taking your
feeling
pastry.
dangerous. It's my pastry.
So you take the pastry back
crime.
from her, then Aembron takes the pastry back from you. Now
Would it be-
Aembron has the pastry.
Would it be more diggish to take a bite and then put it back?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, that'd be a total Eris move. Am I wrong?
I checked their
You licked the donut like Ariana Grande.
Well, if someone's gonna lick the pastry, I think Eris should do it. Just kidding. Gross.
No, I'm.
You already did the
You're
weird
hiding.
thing for today. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are hiding. That's true. I take the pastry back. I'm pissed.
Okay. It's got this gnome with an angry face just staring at her, taking the pastry back.
Yep. And I won't bother you again. Enjoy your retirement.
Bye, it was nice seeing you again. Sorry about the.
Stuck off, taking large bites of the pastry.
This is a good donut.
What's a cronut?
Ooh. Nice. Say no regrets, but a little regret.
Okay. And with that revelation
Okay.
and plot point solved, we're going to end tonight's episode of Dansu and Dragons. before Venus asphyxiates and my eyes swell over.
I'm sorry.
Oh, just as well. We're like 5-10 minutes over. at
Okay.
this
Oh,
point.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to get to that
happened.
scene before. Join us next time, where likely the party will begin after perhaps some talking about what shenanigan they've uncovered. The beginnings of the dungeon crawl into the Shalarian catacombs.
Oh,
We're
shit!
finally gonna get a dungeon!
It's underground. It's a cemetery, basically.
Nice.
We saw a dragon, now we're gonna see some dungeons. Mission accomplished.
And
God, it is Breath of the Wild.
I promise that as they head down into underground, into a realm of bones and history, I'm going to more thoroughly and properly, compared to previous encounters, give this party some tactical combat.
And now we have the thingies, so we can do it. It'll be slightly easier.
Yay.
And I beg the question,
That was so cool.
what do you find in an underground mausoleum catacomb?
Nope,
Dead
don't like this.
people.
Don't like this.
I mean-
Bottom of the well was scary as fuck. Don't like this at all.
It's gonna be dead people. Dead people. I know. That's
Among other things.
Dead hands and re-deads. Nope, fuck you. Don't want this.
That's dead, that's dead, that's dead.
that's not dead.
Fuck you, that's dead.
Good night, everybody.
Night. We'll try to feel better next time.
Yeah.